Welcome, everyone. This is Our Souls Speak. We're in constellation in divine space. We convene with our souls to listen, share, and explore. Our Souls Speak, a podcast where, together with our guests, we embody the soulful principles of oneness and sourceness. Welcome, everyone, to this episode of Our Souls Speak. I'm pleased to welcome and introduce you to our guest today, Deepa Prema, the light of love. Deepa, you're a Reiki master who uses crystals, pyramids, and sacred mantras and sounds to help your clients come back home to their hearts, to that stillness that's beyond the rational mind. Your topic today is celestial sounds, frequencies of love. So first of all, I want to welcome you, Deepa, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you to all of you here as well.
Mm-hmm. In our beautiful conversation before, we chose that you would begin the session with a mantra to bring us all into this sacred space.
Yes. Let's thank you for the introduction, and I would really love to chant this mantra for all of us to come into oneness. It's called Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. It is a Ganesh mantra to remove any obstacles from maybe our session or from our lives today, and to flow into abundance and receive the grace and blessings. So let's start with that. I'm going to put a little music in the background, if that's good, and then we start. Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha. Ganesha Namo. Ganesha Namo. Ganesha Namo. Ganesha Namo. Ganesha Namo. Ganesha Namo. Invite you back into the space.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mantras shift our state of being so deeply. You have a beautiful story about the power of mantras that you were given for your grandfather. Would you like to share that story with us?
I'd love to. That's a story about my grandfather who is no more. Yet the beautiful power of mantra was recognized by me at that moment. So my grandfather, who had a colon cancer when I was a young child, and growing up in a spiritual family, the spiritual teachers had given us this Maha Mantra, which is a mantra for liberation, for immortality, for deep healing. And he was in the final stage of cancer, so he was only given a few more months to live. And we started chanting this for him every night. And little did I know the mantra at that time, but with the repetition, I picked it up and I was chanting for my grandfather for nights and nights. Fast forward that, he didn't live like 6 months after that or anything. He actually stayed on for 8 more years. And for me, it was so profound because although everyone says do this, do that, but we actually did it, but recognized after a few years that he's not going yet. He started recovering beautifully back into himself, and he lived 8 more years, and we could have his company for another 8 years before he transitioned. And for me, that just built my faith into mantras. So every time there is something in the family or friends or people asking for healing, that's the first mantra I would reach out to. Although we have many powerful mantras like the Gayatri mantra, and even Om or Om Namah Shivaya is one of the beautiful mantras as well, very, very powerful. And so for me, that's been a profound story that stayed with me, and my faith in mantras has only grown. And as I see all these beautiful miraculous healings and transformations with my container frequency of love as well. And it's just been a beautiful story. So thank you for allowing me to share that. That's a childhood memory of me and my grandfather and us singing for his healing.
So in your work with mantras, of course, as you share in this story, there's this mystical power. Through your work with others, what do you sense, or maybe the qualities of that, or how they work?
Yeah, I mean, when I sing mantras, I think my heart just opens. It's like a natural now. It just opens up and I can feel these beautiful frequencies flowing through me. And the intention is always that whoever hears my voice, through obviously singing these frequencies, may their heart open up. And every time somebody says that I just had tears flowing off my eyes without feeling sad or anything. And my whole body was vibrating as you were singing, or my heart was just opening up. I'm not finding out what's happening, but there's something deep that's happening. And for me, whenever I sing mantras, there is a kind of untangling of things within, and then it's released to those frequencies of love, diluted, transformed, and integrated back as pure love. And each time I sing, or in the same place, if I'm singing regularly, I've noticed the energy is going higher and higher, and there is a huge vibrational shift in these rooms or halls or even my house. I feel the energies just keep growing and building and expanding. So it's something that I was kind of gifted. I used to chant for a very long time, but very recently, which is almost last year, as I was doing a 1 month fast as well as mantra chanting every single day, I closed my eyes and a beautiful mantra of Shiva came through as Mahadeva, and I started singing that, and my eyes were flowing with pure love. And in that moment, I was told through the energy, through the field, that I need to be sharing my voice more to the world than just singing for myself and my family. And so that's when the frequency of love came into place, and now we have a monthly group session in Stanmore in UK, which is just the beginning. It's been a year that we've been doing these sessions, and Dilraj and Barry have been a part of it as well, to experience this divine energy flowing through. And a lot of people love coming back every single month, month after month. And there's been so much transformation with just chanting these divine mantras. It's just been an incredible journey.
So beautiful. So that the frequencies of these celestial sounds that come through the mantras or that are what dissolve the stagnations or the blocks to love. So you also use crystals and pyramids, I'm assuming, to amplify that.
Yeah, for me, crystals are like a solid form of consciousness, more like holding them, I can connect with them, but then also using them to magnify. And it's magnifying my energy, and with the pyramid as well, it's all magnification. So these are just tools we can do with or without them. But for me, it's just something I love using into my healing sessions or whilst working with people. It's just the extra amplified version of the energy that comes through. It's just radiating all of that out, and to maybe further out than just the room.
Share a little bit about what you sense or feel with that magnification.
I feel it comes into my heart, but then for me, at some point, I stopped using crystals because I felt that I was the greater crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I use them, I feel we are one. But then sometimes our human mind needs a tool rather than just the frequencies, because some people can't understand this language. And so when I use these tools as crystals and the pyramid or any sacred geometry objects, or just drawing it in my mind's eye as well, I feel the magnification of that as like a ripple going out. And it's hard to explain, but it's more like it's like a wave at the same time. There is stillness, but there is movement. This very hard to explain. But there is just pure love. There's just pure joy, because it's like I'm not doing anything. I'm just being and holding these vibrations, and anybody coming in the vicinity is feeling the love from it. So it's just a beautiful feeling that I receive, and I wish I can keep that forever. But then we go back to kids and we go back to life, and things change slightly, but it's a beautiful, beautiful feeling.
But you're speaking about it, how it's difficult to actually describe that, I think all of us in this constellation are finding that we're having to develop new words, new language for this experience that's not in our typical day-to-day lives.
Yeah, we don't have a vocabulary for that feeling and that experience. Yet the smiles and the light and the hugs and all the physical things that we can do can express that feeling of joy, and people can feel it through us as well.
So you shared your work. What in your heart or your soul is motivating you, or I don't know if that's the right word, guiding you to share this with the world? And what is your vision of how we all would be different if we practiced mantras and sound more?
I feel I don't know if it's a motivation, but it's more like an inspiration
Yeah,
that I receive this inspiration to just share the voice. It was first my family who said you should sing more, and I was like, yes, I will. And then came this experience in which I was guided to share my voice. And the more I started sharing, the more ripples were felt through, not just in my own life, because I have been through lots of challenges in my life. However, it just feels as a stepping stone taking me more towards the all it is, as we say. And for me, the biggest thing is when we sing, whether we sing or we hear a mantra, it works on our whole body, mind, soul, and in every aspects of us as a being. But when we constantly practice this vibration, we become a beautiful vibration ourselves, a frequency ourselves. So when we walk in that frequency, we are inspiring other people to tell them that this is possible for you as well. When people feel good, they want to do good, they want to be a better person, they want to do good for themselves, for their families, for the people outside in the society and the community at large. But when they're not feeling good, they don't know what to do. They're very confused. They don't have clarity. And so just by using a tool as mantra, which is really effortless, there is nothing to be done. It's just to either sing or listen to. And you go into the space of pure calm and peace. And then from there comes all these beautiful inspirations that are somehow entering in your mind. And then you take action on those things, which are more like aligned actions, as they say, towards whatever it is that needs to be done in that moment. So I just feel my biggest inspiration or motivation, like you said, is just telling people how easy it can be to be joyful, to be fulfilled within. And when you are fulfilled within, it really doesn't much on the outside. Everything just kind of comes to you in divine timing, maybe, but it still does come to you. And if it's not coming yet, that means it's going to come when it needs to come. So it's a beautiful space to be in. And I just want to share this work because for me it's more like service, like seva, because as I work on this, as I increase my own vibrations, I am sharing that with the world. And so the collective consciousness benefits from this as well, because it's a ripple effect that flows into the conscious field. So that's what my motivation is.
There's so much to beauty in what you're sharing. I'm sensing it's time to open the conversation because what I really am in touch with is how, say, unconditional love or this lightness of being is not something out there, but it is something to become.
Which we already are, but we've
Right.
it's our default setting, but we've forgotten that. Well, we remember, but we've forgotten as well.
Deepa, I just wanted to ask a question for any of our listeners that may find the Sanskrit or the words that you're using in a foreign language. I know we're talking about frequencies here, but what would you say to them if they're maybe from different faiths, maybe the Christian religion or Islam? or Buddhism, or whichever religion that maybe is a barrier they feel is a barrier. What would you say about the universality of the frequency of love, or what you're putting out into the world?
I think every religion has its own way of connecting to source in their own way, which is always pure love. And Sanskrit being one of the very oldest language, about 3 to 5,000 years old, the words have meaning. Some sounds have the frequencies and the vibrations. So whether I'm chanting Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, which really is a Sanskrit, you might say it's a Sanskrit or Hindu mantra, but the meaning of that is may all the beings in all the world be happy and free. So it's the meaning behind these mantras. Even a chant for goddess Lakshmi, for example, again, she's a Hindu goddess, but the meaning behind her mantras or behind her energy is abundance and wealth and prosperity. So each deity has a particular energy. And when we are chanting these mantras, really what we are doing is we are channeling that energy. It's not about a particular religion, but this is being the oldest language, and therefore the frequencies have grown along these years, making it more potent, making it more profound. Each time we chant, it just strengthens everywhere around the world. So as we are chanting these mantras, and we're basically bringing that frequency of abundance into the world, we're bringing the frequency of peace, of love, of all these different, even like Shiva, they say, I mean, we've seen him as a god, but really it's an energy. Shiva is an energy, and that's the energy of pure love again that we are bringing in through the mantras. So this is just one of the languages, Sanskrit, but we can use, different religions have different ways to bring the same frequencies out, and this is just one of the ways I have been brought up learning and chanting and expressing. So for me, they have really purified myself in many, many ways, and I still continue to be purified by chanting regularly. And yeah, I think if we are open to just receiving the frequency and vibration of what this energy is bringing to you, it's only greatness that we will get out of it. Like our own being will just get purified, and we will connect with all that is, which is pure love. So I hope that answers the question.
I got a link there with my own origins, which are Norwegian, of listening to a form of chanting in Old Norse, and just how there's no words to describe feeling and experience. But thank you so much for inviting the opportunity to connect with chanting and different forms of chanting from different origins. And I've been in your field, Deepa, and I can certainly verify, not really need, just the incredible effect of being in the field with you.
Thank you.
The two words that came up for me earlier, listening to you, and was grace and simplicity, and I wondered how that resonates with you and what comes up for you.
I think grace, I love the word, but I love grace, grace of God, grace and elegance, grace in everything we do, with very gentle, doing things not in a rushed manner, but doing things gently and gracefully, whether it's taking a walk or cooking or talking to children or, doing any form of work, healing, chanting, everything. I feel grace is definitely my favorite word. I do say quite a lot, grace and gratitude. Simplicity, absolutely. Although I love things, mainly crystals, I think it works when you're simple and humble and grounded. People can connect to you. There is no hierarchy here. We're all one. We're all just beings of light. And if we can just be simple and allow people and accept people the way where we are and where the way they are, then I think it does get very easy to live life in a very happy way with everyone.
You described the precursor to the question I had asked, which was, and I heard the word unity. That's why I asked the question, and what you're describing there is just unity. It's being one.
Yeah. And I think as much as we need source needs us. Like if I divide the two, like God and a human, then I feel as much as we want God's love, God wants our love. And if we all need each other in the same way as source needs the human bodies to have the experience of life. And so I do believe that that really works. The grace of God in that way works beautiful.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that mantra. It's one I hadn't heard before and touched me deeply. It opened up a bunch of pyramids. So I've been working on that for a little while, but the pyramids are in the etheric body. There's 12 of them. That mantra really somehow, even in the spiral, somehow aligned them. It was quite amazing. What came to me was to ask you, in the sense that anything can be a mantra.
Yeah.
And I've done work before with Chloe Goodchild, who teaches mantras in English. One of her most powerful ones is "How I Love You," and that being a mantra, extremely powerful. I just wondered if you, because I feel it's the field singing through us, or sounding through us, or chanting through us. Say something about other mantras that you might have experienced yourself.
I normally have experienced the Sanskrit mantras mainly because for me, anything which is repeated time and time again, it builds, there's a strength in it, there's expansion, everything in that field. And the other mantras that I have come across a lot is the Tibetan mantras, Goddess Tara, the Buddhist mantras, basically. And they are equally very, very old, and they hold a lot of wisdom and power and vibrancy to them. And one of my favorite Buddhist mantra is the Green Tara mantra, which is Om Tare Tu Re Soha. And every time I sing that mantra, I have this beautiful divine feminine energy flow through. In a way, I'm smiling, but in a way, she's also very strong to help to remove and untangle anything that's not serving another person. And I love this energy when it comes through, and it's very beautiful and powerful when I chant that mantra in particular. But there is so many other mantras, like you said, in English. They don't have to be in Sanskrit. They can be anything that you chant several times and time again. That builds up your field and the energy as well. So I don't think there is any, there is no comparison. Anything that we do repeatedly does bring the goodness with it.
Thank you. It's as if find something that resonates for you. That's the thing to follow, really, not to force yourself to pick those things. I love the Green Tower mantra too. And it also just occurred to me for some of our listeners, is there a divine masculine mantra that you would recommend?
I would say Shiva would be the first thing that came to my mind. And a simple mantra for Shiva is Om Namah Shivaya. And that is just all the syllables and the sounds that it creates. It kind of brings in everything along with it. So Namah Shivaya is a very simple and very easy mantra to chant. And like you said, the resonance is very important because everything vibrational is sound. And so there will be certain sounds that you will just listen to somebody and you'll get drawn to them. And then there'll be something else that might not resonate to you. So I feel it's so important to resonate with anything that you're singing or speaking even, or doing in terms of your rituals for day-to-day life as well. So if chanting is something that I love, then I can stick with it, but it could not be your thing or somebody else's thing. And then they can find going to Mother Nature and grounding themselves, in nature or anything like that. So I think it's resonance that is so important as well.
That's beautiful. I find myself singing the Gayatri mantra often in the car when I'm by myself. I don't know why, but as soon as I get in the car, yes! So I drive along singing or chanting it, not really singing, but chanting. We can build it into any part of our life.
Yes.
In that sense, I find it's very flexible. That's how I feel about the chanting and the mantras.
Absolutely. And listen to them. They bring us back home to peace, and there is no real time for it. They say Gayatri Mantra in the morning when you see the sun. It's the best time to look at the sun and chant. Yet, you can sing it anytime. It's still going to bring the goodness with it and all the beautiful energies with it.
Thank you.
The connection I'm making, and I'm familiar with the Om Tara, Tu Tara, Ture Soha. Green Tara came some time ago. It's wonderful to feel the connection again. It feels now more than ever consciously intending, consciously holding an intention is ever more important to feel that. And what a connection I'm making is how the mantra and the repeating of the mantra is potency and amplification and reviewing power and love and wisdom to the intention, as opposed to maybe a one-word affirmation sort of limply expressed as a sort of, I think I should do it. So what I'm feeling and listening, experiencing is the potential potency that we all have access to from tuning into our own mantras and bringing them in a very practical way into our experience. I'm already thinking about that myself in terms of the morning practice on waking to tone and feel. I find myself going a lot. There's humming, saying the word a lot because I like the feeling within inside of us. So so could you speak to maybe intention and mantras?
I would love to say that intention in everything that we do is so important. Even before we came into this call, we set our intentions in our own way. In the same way, when we use mantras with intention, and I would like to add devotion as well at this stage, because a lot of times we just do it like if we have, and there's nothing wrong with it because you're still going forward in a positive way than doing nothing at all. So when there are people chanting mantras and doing the numbers, which is 108 beads on a mala, for example, if we did that with intention, attention, and devotion, rather than making it a number game, it would add so much more power to the ritual in a way that would really purify ourselves. However, even if we did a mantra with the mala or not with the mala, and even chanted it, it would still bring the sounds that would help us purify and cleanse. Intention is so powerful, and even if we didn't know the mantras, the meaning of the mantra, but if we just put our own intention that I'm singing this mantra for my purification or for the clarity or for peace, for healing, and then we chanted that mantra, the energies would bring us what we put out as intention. So I really love that point, and I think it's very important to do anything with intention, but mantras with intention and devotion bring that extra life and strength to it.
Thank you for illuminating these points. So exquisite and practical and enlightening, Deepa.
Thank you. And it is true, isn't it? Like sometimes we just do things because we just want to get away with it. But when we do it because we would like to put intention into it, it just changes the outcome of the entire thing.
What's most present for you now here with us?
I am enjoying this moment with beautiful souls. And I'm absolutely loving the smiles. What's most present for me right now is just love and flow. I just feel that love just radiating out of my heart right now.
We talked about to kind of close this beautiful ceremony with you with another mantra. Does this feel like a good time to do that for you?
Yeah, I would at this point like to chant I have two favorites for sending out love and peace to our world, one of them being Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, And there is another version of that, which is Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu, which is not just the world, but to all the lokas, meaning all the universes, the multiverses, and everybody, and sending out love to them. And so today I'd love to sing the second version, which is the Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu, to all our listeners, and it would be a good time to connect to our heart and pray for everybody and send healing and beautiful frequencies of love to each and every being to be happy and free. So it's Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. So when you're ready, close your eyes. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti. 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 Thank you. I was called to sing the other one as well, so I just carried on with that.
Just beautiful waves and waves going through the universe, through the infinite universe. Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
Seva is all about singing, and so we raise the beautiful vibrations.
We share this podcast on different mediums and forms, and it's expanding and increasing. Is there anything in addition, Deepa, that we can do in supporting you, share your voice, share your love, or incredible vibration and wave.
One of my biggest vision is basically to share my voice. Obviously, I've got an album, Celestial Sounds, along with quantum frequencies, which I would love for people to listen to, tune in, to use it to purify their houses, their environments, and themselves. Use it for healing, yoga, everything and anything, really. Calm down pets and children. But more than that, I see one day that a whole stadium filled with people, and it's not necessarily my event, but I get a 15-minute slot to just sing, and I want the whole stadium to be singing this mantra. And it seems like there's going to be like this big massive switch on, and we've just shifted. And so as many
I'm laughing, Deepa.
It's a little funny, Deepa, how you went into Lord Castle Master, which is about the world and the world, and it just went grounded.
And so I just want to share my voice, because that's what I feel opens up the hearts and raises the vibrations and helps me do more work through my voice. And that's what I just love most. That's why I'm here for. I feel that's my mission on this planet for now, as I'm here, just to share myself, my smile, my hugs, my being, my presence, and my voice. So anything and everything to share that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I would encourage anyone listening to this who's in need of support or love or care or just feeling themselves to come along to one of your Friday events in Stanmore. They are truly incredible. And I met and felt I was with people completely different, and that same reason for being there. So it's a wonderful space for anyone to come and have an experience with you.
To receive more information about our guests and future events, please visit our website at oursoulspeak.com. We are one.